One thing is for sure, camping in winter is at the mercy of the weather. I have been out camping twice in 10 days and both times I had to cut it short. Mainly due to bad weather, but partially also due to a medical issue that I suffer from. Here's the story. The first trip. On the 24th of May 23 at about 6:30 AM I left for a trip to South Australia. However, my 5 AM start to beat the traffic was cut short when I woke with a migraine. To be fair, I only get about 1 or 2 migraines per year and I only suffer from a visual cortex effect that makes it impossible to do anything but sit through it until it passes. It was unfortunate that I woke up with a migraine as this made me late leaving. It was only a minor inconvenience as I would have to go to Bendigo the long way around and not through the city as planned. Because the first day was a little late starting and was a little longer due to the longer distance, I only made it to the Horseshoe Bend campground near Dimboola. I thought given the time of year and the fact it was a weekday I'd have the site to myself, but I was wrong. I shared the site with 3 other separate campers. The next day was forecast rain from 10 AM, so I ate light, got packed up and left the park as soon as I could. In Dimboola I found a local servo, I filled up with diesel and I was very displeased to see that my fuel had worked out that 12.8 litres per 100 kilometres. Strangely, the servo sold bacon and egg sandwiches but did not sell coffee. That's really strange. I checked the weather and it was going to be rain everywhere, and the only place where there was any respite from this was Mount Gambier in Portland, so I decided to head towards the coast, somewhere west of Mount Gambier. After travelling 150 or so kilometres south, in nothing but pouring rain, I made the decision to stop at Hamilton before heading west to Mount Gambier. I stopped at McDonald's, got coffee and lunch, and then checked the weather again, and Mount Gambier was now forecast rain all day. I made the executive's decision to stay in a motel and found one in Hamilton. The next morning the weather forecast wasn't much better, but it was only showers near Nelson, so I headed in that direction, and looking for a campsite I ended up travelling down Winnap Nelson Road. I looked at the Pines Landing canoe camping area, and Parks Vic have made it so you can't get your vehicles near the fire pit. Why do they do that? I also tried Moleside. Well, I thought it was Moleside, but it turns out to be a different name. Canoe camping area, and that was too commercialised too, and you couldn't park near the fire pits. I ended up in the middle of the Kentbrook plantation from here and was travelling south on dirt tracks into the Portland Nelson Road. I stopped in the plantations to look at my map and a Parks Vic ranger pulled up and asked if I was okay. I advised him that yes, I was okay, but I was looking for a campground, to which he responded, "Not in the pine forest, I hope." I think he knew what was coming by the look I gave him and suggested immediately that there would be spaces at Lake Mombiong and it would be quiet. I went there and it was deserted. It had been ruined by commercialisation at a cost of $14.50 per night, but the ranger never told me this, so before I could set up and book, I had to book, and there was no phone signal. I needed to drive to find one, book the site, then go back. Luckily it wasn't too far, but Parks Victoria, get a grip, don't make it online booking when there's no phone signals. The next day, due to the weather forecast, I headed east back towards Melbourne, which was a big mistake. There are very few campgrounds between Portland and Geelong, and after I'd refuelled in Portland and dumped my rubbish at the RV dump point, I set off towards Cobden looking for campsites. That was when I had to pull over because I was having another migraine attack. Concerned, I called my wife and she advised I drive home, so I did, but not after trying a couple of campgrounds first. I can tell you that hitting Melbourne on a Saturday afternoon is worse than Friday at 5 PM. The Monash at Hoppers Crossing was a car park all the way to the Westgate Bridge, so I took the back roads and got stuck again at Royal Park. Eventually I got through and onto the Eastern Freeway and then home. So here's some video of the first trip.
Good morning everybody,
My name's Dave, thanks for joining me, and today I'm setting off doing a camping trip. I'm sitting up at home. I'm an hour late leaving because I've had a migraine. If anybody has a migraine, I don't get headaches, I just get this eye effect that I can't see, and I've had to wait till that's clear before I could leave. So hello everybody, how are we going? Well, I'm on my way up to Bendigo, and it's been pretty foggy all the way. I'm hoping it's going to improve as the further we go north. I'm actually heading to Border Town, just going to camp a little bit earlier than Border Town. Just giving you a quick update on how I'm going. I was a bit late up this morning. I wasn't late out of bed. I was late leaving because I had a migraine and I get a visual issue. I don't ever get headaches. I've only ever once lost my speech. I've only ever once had a headache, but the most of the time I just lose my visual. I get this like visual issue and I can't see, so I had to wait until that was over before I could set off. And I'm now on the road towards Bendigo. I had to go across country because of the lateness. I didn't want to try risking going through the city because I'd get stuck in the traffic, especially now it's not school holidays or anything. So I went up north and headed up to Yea, and I'm cutting across via Seymour over to Bendigo, and then I'm going to head up to Witchyproof, and then from Witchyproof I'll be heading towards Border Town. I'm going to camp somewhere between Border Town, between the border and Victoria, somewhere along those lines, and we'll see how we go. So that's your update, and I'll see you when I get there. Bye. Almost at Donald, well past Bendigo as it is, heading towards Border Town in South Australia. I'm currently in the sunshine. It's a beautiful day, and we've lost all the fog now, and it's going really well. The car's running well, fingers crossed, touch wood or whatever it is. Well, here I am. I've passed through Donald, I've filled up with fuel, and I'm doing about 13 litres per 100 kilometres, which I'm really pleased with. Considering I've had 18 or 19 in the past, I'm doing about 13, and that's not bad at all. I'm really pleased with that, considering the amount of weight I've got on. And here I am in the Horseshoe Bend campground. A couple of other people here, as you can see. But what a very quiet night, apart from a dog barking across the road. Not being bad. There's three other sorts of vehicles here and people, but apart from that, we're done. And I'm wrapped up and ready to go at 8:30, so I'm happy with that. Don't know where I'm going. I'm going to have a look at the map book in a bit, and then try and find some breakfast first. Bye. Well, everybody, I'm now on the road back down to Melbourne, but I'm not heading to Melbourne. I'm going to Beach Town in West. Well, here's an update for you. Look, it's pouring it down. I've decided I'm going to head south down to the Grampians. I don't think I'm going to get out of the rain. It's only for one night, and then there's a couple of 3 days, and then it's going to rain again. But we'll see how that goes. I might make my way along the Great Ocean Road. I might. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining me. Last night, I'm afraid I cheated. It was pouring with rain, so I stayed in a motel. I had to fix the tap. That was interesting. It was full of like plastic shavings. Somebody had tripped up a pipe or something, and they had blocked up the pipe, so I had to fix that. The plug wouldn't work, so I had to have a wash running water. There was no other plugs. So people keep stealing them, apparently. I got up fairly early. I'm at Macca's and just about to have some breakfast and decide where I'm going. I think I'm heading down towards Mount Gambier this morning. some of the campsites down there, and I'm going to slowly make my way along the ocean road, head home. Once I've eaten my breakfast, I'll be on my way, and I'll see you somewhere at a campsite on the south coast. Okay, there should be a turning on the right down here to a place called Monaco Camp. We might go and have a look at that, see what that's like. There's a lot of campgrounds around this area, so we'll see. If it's signposted, then that'll be full of people, caravans. Also, Hillside Canoe Camp. Have a quick look.
In 400 meters.
Get you started up quick enough. There was 4 emus just here, just ran off into the trees there. I shall keep going on this coast road until I get down to the main road, and then I'll see where it goes from there to another road, like a main road, and then there's the more pine forest to beyond that, and then we head down towards the coast. We might go down to the coast for a campsite, and I'll see how we go. It's still. We're back on the track again. I've got a good camp. I just seen a park ranger. He stopped and gave me a bit of advice. He said to me, "There's some good campsites down by the lake, so we're heading down in that direction there." Now he says there's a lot of emus in here, so I'm going to keep an eye out for you. Leave you running so in case you see any emus. At least that's something different for you to see. Right, he said turn right on this road and then take the left road. Now I either go that way or I go this way. One of the two. And it looks like this is going to be the right road. Heading down towards the lake now. There's been a vehicle down here, but not much of one. Only one. That looks good. And the ranger reckons it'll be pretty quiet down here, so that's good. So there's only been one vehicle down here. It's only been down here today, and they've been messing about. They've gone down there, I think. There's been nothing down here. We might be coming to a junction. Oh yeah, this should be Man Mill Road. Or Windmill Road. We go down here to the next junction and we turn left or right. I think we turn right's probably the better option. Right, I reckon the road goes right here, and it's called Clark's. So if we can take Clark's Road, which we can, if we see any caravans, we're leaving. Go to the junction at the end and turn left. We're on Lake Road now. A few tracks on here. Corrugations, that means idiots and cars. Loose sand in summer may require 4x4. Well, it ain't summer, so I don't require 4x4. Nobody in it. There's a campground here on the right hand side, no soul in it. That would do for one. We'll go and check a bit further on first, see what else there is. I've got no idea where we're going. We're going as far as this and that's it. We'll go back to that campsite then. Oh no, there's been a vehicle down here. Oh, it was me. You have to book this. It's got numbers on it, and this is number 10. Have I got a phone signal? I do have a little bit of a phone signal. What's this called then? Mobile. No internet connection. It says I've got 3G. I can go book it and come back and go look at what else there is too. And the number 10's available. Number 9's available. A lot of fishing gear available. There's no signal here. So if I go back out and find a signal and book it, what do I need to book? What's this one? Number 4 would be nice, wouldn't it? I don't need a toilet. I can walk to the toilet anyway, it's only over there. Number 4, or number 3, or number 1. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's see what I can find. No signal. 1 bar and 4G. I've got Google. So what's it called? Lake Mombiona. Campsite number 4. 1 night, 1 adult. Friggin' registration number, do I? I think I am. Next. No, I'm not a licensed tour operator. 10th month of the 27th year. Card expired? Right, I'll go back then. That's where I came out earlier. I've got a fireplace, it's site number 4, so it's like it's a wood. Okay, I'm going to get my jacket out and have a skeg around. Oh. There. There's a nice piece there, there's a log. Cut that up. Okay, I'm here. I put my awning up. I'm on the site. I just wanted to say something. I'm going to have a rant. I walked around the back of the car and I have just picked up that pile of rubbish right there because somebody left it in the bushes, and I can see there's more rubbish over there, and I'm going to go get that as well. Please, if you've been here, take your bloody rubbish home. A bit of a gust blew, and while I was over there pegging down the awning, my beloved little chair blew into the fire and melted. So I'm now without a chair. Luckily I've got a stool or something to sit on at least. Just had a nice man and lady came down to visit me, just having a drive around on the way out. Yeah, it was nice to see somebody and have a chat to them. People who base themselves out in Nelson, which is just up the road. Never been down here, they said, so here they are coming to have a look around, but there's still nobody here, so hopefully it stays like that for the rest of the day. Well, hello everybody. It's 20 to 4. I've spent a bit of time, I had a bit of a siesta and talked to some people, but now it's dinner time and I'm making chicken korma. I'll come back to you when I've got it ready. Well, all day I've been here on my own, apart from that elderly couple that visited just for the day. And somebody's just turned up in a Nissan Patrol. I don't know if they're staying or if they're going, but they're driving around a bit. It looks like they're staying up at the far end up there, that other toilet block up there. I don't know what they're doing. They're moving about all over the place. They're still driving around. He seems to be trying to line his car up so he can get his awning out. I think that's where they're going to stay for the night. That looks like it, so I'm not on my own anymore. Not that it's going to bother me, because I'm way down here. But anyway, fingers crossed nobody else turns up. Well, here we are. Dinner's nearly ready. Curry's boiling away there. Rice is steaming. The arm breads are on the fire. What more can a person ask for? I'll see you after the food. Well, good morning to this really cold morning. Well, it's not really cold. It's no frost or ice or anything, but it's cold enough. It's breakfast time. I've got the kettle on. I've got breakfast stuff ready to go down here. I'm just waiting for this kettle to boil. And then I'll be packing up and moving on. Hopefully somewhere as nice as this. This has been very nice. I haven't had any problems. I had 12 hours of sleep. Get that. 12 hours? How do you do that? So it's a bit of a miserable morning. It's a bit damp and wet. There's been a rain shower. I'm going to pack up the stuff, make the breakfast, get washed up, get on the road, I think. I'll be on the road by 10ish. Okay, see you later. Morning everybody, I'm on my way now. I don't know where I'm headed, but I'm headed along the Great Ocean Road somewhere. What I might do is drive for a little bit, then grab a spot of a lunch and see where they're at and see if there's anything to camp at, and then I'll ultimately I might end up at Joanna Beach, but we'll see how I go. Alright, so I'm in the pine forest heading back to the main road. Well guys, here's the main road, so I'm going to have to put you down. We're on the Portland Nelson Road, so we're heading towards Portland. Incidentally, I just thought I'd mention the fact that I've checked the oil this morning and the water and everything, and it hasn't used a drop. Now, I'm not a superstitious fella. I don't think that me saying anything will cause anything. So I'm going to say it. The car has run like a dream. It's run really, really well. It's your lucky day. I'm taking you for a walk along to view a coastal cliff edge. A viewpoint that's 3 kilometres off the Princess Highway, off the road between Warrnambool and Portland. I have no idea what's along here, but we're going to have a look anyway. There it is, right there. It's quite spectacular here. This is the start of the Great Ocean Road. It's going to be a bit breezy up here. Gee, the sea's a bit rough. Let's see if we can see something splashing here. This is some Aboriginal text here for something to do with that island over there in the distance. That's pretty spectacular, that. The Crags Coastal Reserve is where we are. And it's talking about a real cliffhanger. Avro Anton AW878, directed by the Rotary Club of Warrnambool. He's a member of the Foy Royal Air Force personnel who lost their lives when their plane lost contact with its base. So they tried to land on that island over there. That's what they tried to do, and it didn't work. They all died. Flight Sergeant J.H. McClellan, Flight Sergeant D.L. Balderstone, LAC NT Crook and LAC BC Ladyman. And wouldn't you believe it, I had another migraine. And I was thinking about going home today, but I couldn't because I couldn't drive. So I've ended up at this place. It's some lake. It doesn't look like there's anybody here. Google assures me you can camp here.
You have arrived.
It tells me I've arrived. Camping maximum 3 nights. It doesn't say anything about paying, although there are people here in a house by the look of it. Bit of a strange place. I'll go down here, I think. Yeah, it looks like the camping's over there and it's already taken up. So if there's nowhere else, that looks like it for me. So I'm going to have to find somewhere else. I can't camp over there. Somebody's camping there. I suppose I could camp up here.